From space to healthcare to electric vehicles, Elon's disruption knows no bounds. His expertise is vast and has left us wondering, how does he do it all? How is he able to understand and know so much? During the Renaissance period, it was common for individuals to be polymaths. Polymaths are those possessing knowledge across various fields. Mostly, they were either boiling with an insatiable desire to understand the dynamics of the world, or simply passing time. Like those from that era, Elon is the very embodiment of what it means to be a polymath. Education used to be a luxury, only afforded by the rich, but has become the norm for most. Living in a time where so much information is accessible, if we wanted to study, say, the laws of physics, whilst learning how to compose music, it is only a Google search away. So, it begs the question, in this information age, have the likes of polymaths faded away, or are we on the precipice of the modern Renaissance man? Hi, and welcome to Polymathiem. Let's dive into what it means to be a polymath and how you could become one. As you climb your ladder of degrees, the school system starts to focus more on specialization. It's ubiquitous for educators to accentuate focusing in on one area, ultimately dedicating a whole life to mastering it. Although there's nothing wrong with that, it's not necessarily a trait of a polymath. A polymath's interests are multifaceted. They explore their obsessions in varying fields of knowledge. Besides, the very concept of being a complete master is almost synonymous with the idea of perfection, and perfection is an unattainable construct. So what do? Do you stop striving for excellence? Do you settle for mediocrity? Do you give up because everything is meaningless and a space rock is gonna annihilate this floating blue dot anyways, turning us all into space salt for the salt bay gods to sprinkle all over the cosmos? No. Having a late-night existential crisis is not what we mean by that. What we mean is that mastery is elusive. No matter how much you know, there will always be something you don't know. Even if you know 99% of what there is to know about a particular subject, it still means there's a 1% of knowledge you don't know. Coupled with the fact that there are new ideas constantly being introduced, and that you don't know what you don't know, it's virtually impossible to know it all. Gosh, that's a lot of no's. I know, stick with me. The master, it doesn't exist. Sorry, no amount of cheat codes is gonna unlock this achievement in a game of life. But, despite it all, there's something fulfilling in embarking on a path of constant learning. Striving for something you can't attain. Perpetually adding on to yesterday's knowledge. Polymaths transcend the need to be in constant competition. They transcend the obsessive need for approval by means of, say, a school trophy, an award, or any honorary title. It's one of the reasons why polymaths aren't consumed by the idea of being good at one thing. Sure, you'll definitely end up knowing more in one area or more than others, but the primary focus is to self-educate. Leonardo da Vinci, the prototypical polymath, is most known as a painter, but he's also an architect, an inventor, and a scientist among many other things. Elon Musk, our modern-day polymath, has either founded or is actively involved in companies that has their toes dipped in biotechnology, artificial intelligence, rocket science, solar energy, and of course, electric vehicles. Let's stop for a minute. Look at your hands. Notice the lines that run about. Bend the fingers and make note of every sensation as each finger bends. Allow your body to sink in place. Listen to your heartbeat, to yourself breathe, to the saliva that gushes down your throat, to the ambient noises all around, to the tires against the street, the wind blowing outside, the birds singing, whatever it may be. Just listen and observe how each thing makes its way into what you're experiencing. This is a type of active observations polymaths make a habit of. Observations of phenomena we've become so accustomed to that we rarely pause to wonder about them. On one of Leonardo da Vinci's list of things to do one day read, "Describe the tongue of a woodpecker." This keenness of thought, vision and hearing was typical of da Vinci. Besides conditioning yourself to be keenly aware and present of the things happening around you, it is also a great tool for boosting creativity. Sometimes inspiration comes from the most unrelated of things. You're not going to become a better polymath by simply watching one YouTube video on how to be a polymath and expect the work to be done. No. You must derive quality content from books, courses, and from studying the likes of those who embody what you aspire to be. And subscribing to this channel also helps. Ideally, you'd want a habit to make you money, a habit that allows you to build your knowledge, a habit to keep you creative, a habit to improve your physical health, and a habit to evolve your mindset. Experimentation isn't limited to the likes of scientists in white lab coats cooking up some contraption in the Bunsen burner. No, experimentation entails using the knowledge you've gained and applying it in real life. It's not enough to have information laying dormant in your head. Try out new ideas by consulting with experience first, then with reasoning deduce why such experience is bound to operate in such a way. In this information age, it has never been easier to become a polymath. Before, most polymaths existed in the Renaissance age, an age where polymaths were wealthy individuals who could afford a multivariate education and had plenty of free time to allocate towards understanding, say, physics. Today, the world is at our fingertips. Most, if not all, skills can be learned through countless online resources at an accelerated pace. This right here you're using, YouTube, is a phenomenal tool for becoming a polymath. Use it wisely. Okay, polymaths, tell us what you think we missed and comment what areas you're trying to learn more about. For sticking to the end of the video, here's your bonus. Homo universalis is a Latin phrase for polymath or universal man, and it means health of body, strength of character, and wealth of mind. The idea of Homo universalis was first coined by an Italian humanist and teacher, Vittorone de Velte, who spoke of the complete man, or l'uomo universal, and enjoyed the trinity of body, mind, and character. Thank you for watching Polymathiem, and don't forget to subscribe and like to see more content like this. Feel free to comment what topic you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next one.